standings and see how they're looking. Alone in first place, we finally have a sole leader in Team Solo Mid with 7 wins and only 1 loss. Sitting 1 game back in second, it's CLG. Then half the league are tied for third place with an even 4 wins and 4 losses. With their win, Team Dignitas have pulled themselves into a tie with Team 8 for 8th place, and in last, it's Coast. Now, there were a ton of LCS big plays this weekend, so here are now a few of the people who stood out in their positions. In the top lane, it's Zion Spartan.
He had a great game on Sion yesterday, and today his Gnar was really on point. I love the Frozen Mallet build so that mini Gnar is still a threat throughout the game. And his Gnars, his ultimates, were hitting 4 to 5 people, and that's why CLG was having that huge lead in the mid game and the late game against Team Solo Mid.
Definitely on point with those Gnar ults. Our OP jungler has got to go to Helios.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a case for a couple of junglers this week. Santorin's one, but Helios, to me, takes the crown only because WinterFox didn't necessarily expect to win these games, but they won them both in dominating fashion, and it all started with Helios. Whether he was pressuring the map, finding the right fights, stacking armor, you name it, also calling the shots, he's the big reason WinterFox went 2-0.
Yep, his game on Vi yesterday, very impressive. Master of the mid lane this week is going to go to Bjergsen. We heard Dyrus saying TSM relied on his shot calling in their important win over rivals CLG today, and his impressive Zed was on display yesterday in the early game. A few missteps late in the game, but forgivable given the insurmountable lead that he had accrued during the earlier parts of the game. And then we're going to move on to our 80 carry role where we'll find Wild Turtle.
You just talked about the shot calling from Bjergsen, but that wouldn't have been possible because the game was stalled out by a lot of individual playmaking from Wild Turtle. He was constantly unchecked and the threat was not dealt with, and that's why he is our 80 carry in that position.
And rounding it out, we've got Glebe, WinterFox's Glebe at support.
Hey, every once in a while, the guy filling in just plays amazingly, and it's because he's been filling in the whole season. I wonder how much Glebe is feeling a part of that team, but he really, in the Cloud9 game, his Leona play was so critical, whether it was taking aggro or locking down the right targets.
Yep, the flash Q turn there,
the game around.
That was massive, still sticks in my brain, but there can only be one MVP, and that MVP this week is going to go to Wild Turtle. We're awarding our top honors to Wild Turtle, who not only did he bag his 500th career kill, but Wild Turtle made clutch plays to help TSM secure sole possession of first place over their longtime rivals, CLG.
Yeah, this game was so crazy, and this fight, honestly, the way he was able to pick up that double kill, swung a bunch of it, but it was the way he played the whole game, whether he spell shielded at just the right moment. Everyone was focused on Bjergsen, but Wild Turtle did so much the whole weekend to just do a bunch of damage.
Definitely sometimes goes unnoticed in the team behind that star in Bjergsen, but as Irene mentioned, was one of the reasons why they stayed alive long enough in that game for Bjergsen to make the calls that were made to pull out that victory against rivals CLG.
And I really like that he's playing the Sivir, the team-oriented 80 carry there, to give everybody the engaged tools. And like you guys said, unchecked threat, pumping out damage, constant machine gun. Really well played here.
Well, there will be more action hitting your stream next week, starting on Wednesday with an all-new Primetime League. That same day, you can catch the start of the 2015 Challenger Series Spring season. That's 6 p.m. Pacific for the NA region and 6 p.m. Central European for the EU. Then the North American LCS returns on Saturday with another 5 matches, starting with Team Liquid and WinterFox, Team 8 taking on Gravity, and TSM duking it out with Coast. That gets underway at noon Pacific, 6 p.m. Central European time. Now, it has been, without a doubt, a wild day of games today, and I'm sure there will be more surprises ahead. And we're still coming down from that explosive match between CLG and TSM. CLG owner Hotshot GG had some final thoughts on the results, saying, GG to TSM. I'll take the pink hair gladly, though. We aren't going to win if we don't put things on the table that prove we believe. And Double F took to Twitter with Pink Age Boys, GG, well played TSM, super fun game. I like a little bit of humor there even in defeat, and they definitely still look like a very strong team. Now, rivals to be sure, but definitely a lot of respect between those teams. Can't wait to see these worthy competitors meet again in a few weeks. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for us today. So for the entire broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.